what is cannabis doing for you?
Put some dog tags together, man.
Peter Yusuf with Golden Bloom. Let's get this thing rolling. Start it off.
Pete Dog, motherfucker.
We're gonna use them all up in the first round.
Let's do it.
Dude, we got to slow down on the sound effects, all right?
You got the
we only got 4. We can't use all of them right now. Supporting local is, to me, it's super important. And for the stores that aren't supporting local, I think it's a huge fail point. And I understand that if the brand or the boutique brand is
a dud.
Right. I get that.
Nobody wants shelf turds.
Right. Shelf turds.
Yeah. Shit that just
Gosh, we got to be able to insert some sort of a turd on this. You know what I mean? There's got to be an emoji for that. Chalk in 1505, whatever that number is. And you maximize, all the things that you have within the store, but the delivery service, it's now, once again, I mean, people don't want to go.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave their house. And if you can sit on your couch and you can order a burger, pizza, anything that you can imagine you want to eat.
Even alcohol.
Hey, let me get there. I had this whole thing set up and you fucked it all up on me now. So if you can sit at your house and order anything from any restaurant, right?
Okay.
Any alcohol, anything, and weed?
Trifecta.
No, bro, you're missing one thing. What is it?
Ooh, no, what is it?
You have strippers.
Oh, yeah. Those are on demand.
You can order one in.
It's a very sad thing that Backpage got shut down.
Yeah, but
there's
other avenues.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, like this. People don't want that anymore. That's the people want to sit home. They want to eat food.
Yeah.
They want to smoke weed, drink alcohol, play Call of Duty, and bang a stripper. That's right.
Snoop Dogg. They can just order it. They send us a message. We get it ready. Hey, express delivery.
another great avenue.
Yeah.
But I'm that guy that wants to go in. But I don't want to go in, and as much as I am a person that loves to talk and have conversations, sometimes you just want to go in and grab it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
but you can't make everybody happy.
It's kind of like having a hot chick in your car and running into Rite Aid to get a condom. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you don't want to sit in there and chit chat and talk about things. You want to get that thing, get out. Get out and get in.
Yeah.
Get out, get in, get out.
Get in and get out.
Okay, no, because then you can get in. Right?
You go in to get out, to go back in.
And then out.
And hopefully you go out.
Well, no, because you stay in. So you're staying in. That takes us back to delivery.
Yeah, exactly.
You just want to stay in.
Stay home.
I just want to stay in. And and you of all people should know, dude, how much has it changed since day one of licensing?
It changes every week.
Exactly.
It's almost
and it's
daily.
Frustrating as hell, but that's reality.
Yeah.
And you can, it's
on
one of
top
those
of that
things.
metric comes in. Fucking shit. Know your shit before you put it out there.
Listen, we'll be dealing with that for the next 10 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the thing is understanding what it is and how it's going to be there. Good luck.
Yeah,
because
they're just making things harder for us, and it makes you almost not want to.
I don't think it's necessarily. This is where it's tough because I don't think they're doing it intentionally. I think they came into this with the understanding of cannabis is here. How do we make this work? And you have to understand, dude. It's like, to me, it's like a relationship. God bless myself and yourself, but kind of you.
It's a one-way relationship.
No. No, but it is. It truly is. It has to be worked on all the time. And the one thing, we just want to go make money. And now that we're making a lot less money than we were
expecting,
and people, right?
And whose fault is that? It's their fault.
Well, I mean, it is their fault.
Where does our tax money go? Do you know?
But no, I don't.
Nobody knows.
No.
And I'm actually just joined the Chamber of Commerce for San Diego, and we're starting a whole committee about this, and really nobody knows where the hell our money's going.
Okay. So I've been shot, stung by hornets. Now I'm getting tested for AIDS. And then the doctor's like, hey, we might have to take your left leg because it's looking pretty bad. I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm like, listen, if I wake up, my left leg's gone, I'm beating your ass with it. And he's like, I was actually getting recruited from the Naval Academy in high school. And so my dad was like, oh man, like Naval Academy. And I'm like, you go. I'm like, I was like, listen, I'm going to go to college, play some ball, grow my hair long, drink some beer, meet some girls, maybe go to class if I have time. I don't know. I mean, that's just where I was as an 18-year-old.
And to sit with you guys and now, ironically, share an office.
Yeah. Yeah, no, right?
You're still not sure how the hell that happened.
We have our ways, man.
I know. It's like, this is a really
operations.
weird thing. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that we're really stoked to be a part of what you guys are doing in any fashion at all, and just to help.
Easy. It felt natural, like
exactly. We're super excited about this. This is fun. It's exciting, and it's a challenge. There's nothing's easy about this. And when you guys came to the table, I mean, I think we were really clear. Like, these fuckers don't really know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
But then I also understood, like, they didn't really know what they were getting into 90% of their time.
It's true, and
that, I think, is a big advantage for you guys. It's helping you through your day.
Absolutely.
And we know how many people and medications, that trays of medications, as they're popping them through their day to get through this and get through that. And it's amazing now that look at the outcome from getting out of the service, which is, to me, there's no support whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have something that's supporting you, and now you're supporting them.
Yeah.
And that's all coming through cannabis.
And what Hellman Valley Growers Company is going to be, we're going to be that baseball bat. We'll knock the thing out of the fucking park.
Right.
I mean, it's this period. We will show the data. It works.
There's a trust level because that shit passed around, and it never stopped.
Everyone here has seen a blunt be rolled. They fucking, it's like,
But the trust level, I think,
they roll up and then two guys next to you. Like, oh yeah, perfect. They're smoking it, and
that almost looked like 70s porn. How the hell did you end up in cannabis? Such a smart guy, very college educated.
Yeah, went to college for a long time, and this is where it brought me. Ended up out here, but yeah, went to school for chemistry, analytical chemistry to be specific. Was in grad school when I really wanted to start a company in the cannabis industry.
On our part, once in a while in this, I'll throw something in with PV. It's not all about PV, but just to know that how long we've been testing before it's even been required, it's been super important on our end to make sure that we are providing, the best, cleanest material to, at that time extract, and as well, put out into the patients and the public. And so, we continue to do that. And we are, like I said, we've tested you. We've had our bouts, but, it's kind of like that girlfriend.
we're obviously still with you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that girlfriend that you just can't get away from. You know what I mean? So no, we've come to a real level of trust on that with Infinite Labs, and so that's pretty cool to especially to be sitting here doing this shit.
Because that's what's appreciated is that if you fail, it's not like you're like, fuck you, I'm done with you. That's what happens in this industry.
Oh, we've had that before.
Well, we had that, but it seems like we're still together. But I'm not going to pass.
I know.
It's the greatest part because you
we're calling
actually
you.
care.
This is about understanding what cannabis is doing for you, and I know you have, your company, but getting into how you got into your company is one side of it. And understanding that, because you're a consumer and whatnot, you wanted to, and your profession, you started this company, which is doing amazing. And now looking at it, like what is cannabis doing for you? And I mean that, like, personally, on a business level, the feeling that you may have by being able to provide results and testing to know that what is hitting the stores is at the highest quality of what it needs to be.
So my envision is always what I've been providing to the industry, and what the industry provides to me is actually the industry to be alive. I'm trying to provide, some kind of scientific proof, like something's working, and not just this is actually a medicine. People are being helped from it, and people can continue to use it if we treat this thing correctly and not as a joke.
Right.
So that's one thing we always try to strive to do, is bring this to the level of science. And not just, hey, I smoked this is good, you should smoke this. Let's figure out why. Let's put some more research into it, make sure it's safe. If we're going to be telling people to consume this stuff that have cancer or any kind of immunocompromised disease, something, that's going to be a problem later unless you make sure it's safe for them to consume.
Right.
That's really the real reason why I went into it, where I came into this industry.
Yeah, you go in and it's like, oh man, this guy owes me 100 grand. They're more
That
important.
listen,
to
that's
collect.
gonna. If anything pisses Tommy off the most, like he doesn't even have. He's very first. Look at the first one on his list. You see his list up there?
I thought I turned it off.
And I know you're not wearing your gold chains and shit today, so I didn't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding.
I don't even know what
You're
I'm
fine. You're fine. You're fine. Sorry. You know, this is where you see the people that walk in and they have their bags. And Janet, I guarantee you, I don't even know, but I guarantee you have all your grocery bags tucked into a bag and in your car.
Made out of wheat.
made out of Indian hand-drawn hemp. You know, with probably illegal falcon feathers and shit in there. You know, woven in, and that you so proudly go into your Sprouts. You gather up
all my stuff.
just as if you were, hunting and gathering, and how was this bison killed? Was he shot or clubbed?
Picking up berries.
Actually picking berries.
Don't laugh.
I know.
Don't
I know. I
laugh.
guarantee that's her. Listen, I'm the fucker that buys 100 bags every time for 10 cents because I just don't understand how people go up and spend $200 on groceries and then they go, 10 cents for a bag? Come on. And I always use the analogy of flying an airplane. And I know that's like a big thing right now.
Probably one of the cleanest places you're going to find right now.
Exactly. And I'm not afraid of flying. I'm going to be doing a lot of it actually because the prices of tickets right now are extremely cheap.
Amazing.
And so, and like you said, I think the planes are cleaner than they've ever been.
are.
And there's like nobody on them. But no, I think the analogy of when you look at flying an airplane and, myself and Cody as the pilots, and I know that's kind of a weird thought, even though I really am a pilot. But, you have, a chain of command if you look at that. And I think that's a good analogy is the fact that you have the pilots and the co-pilots. You have the engineers and the engineers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And as you go down through this chain, then you have the people on the plane, and that's that's always the biggest concern.
Right.
Is getting everybody from point A to point B
Safely.
where the rubber is touching the runway.
Right.
And on both ends.
Oh, yeah. Both ends.
And so when you're doing that, the people in the back of the plane are entrusting us that we're going to get them to that place.
Yeah, you're absolutely
couple
right.
drinks involved, some meals,
some laughs.
whatever. But then also behind that is the flight attendants and the engineers and it goes forward, and everybody ultimately has to trust the pilots.
Right.
So hang on, guys. Because guess what?
The seatbelt sign saying on the whole trip.
No, it's off. The seatbelt sign is off. As a matter of fact, there's no seatbelt in my plane. You ever seen those planes where they go up and they do the free fall? And everybody's floating around? That's when I'm flying.
Perfect. Sign me up.
But how are we going to figure out how to do this with the extra oomph that we need to make sure that we've got product everywhere?
Oh yeah,
And,
shit! You guys had us working 24 hours.
I know.
like we were
Second shift, third shift.
I walked in on that and I saw a whiteboard and I saw 28 hours. You guys know that there's only 24 hours in a day. So I don't know.
You saw the football plays for the next 3 seasons. X swings around, O goes down, Y goes long.
I was asking Matt, I'm like, who's X and who's O? Because it was like, the schedule. I was like, okay, guys, we got to really this one we got to talk about. We can let certain things go, but they literally were ready to manufacture. The look on Rob's face.
No.
Was like, Rob's face is always like, I'll do whatever. But, and that was like, he's like, I'll do whatever.
Get his shoes off. He was counting his toes.
He was going like this.
And
Okay, and I'll switch.
out of concern for Rob, I said maybe I should stay in this meeting for a little bit longer because this guy's gonna go to the house.
And then Preston walked in and went, "We need more indica. We need more indica."
More.
He looks at the board and goes, 28 hours isn't enough.
He's going more, and Matt's like, "Oh shit."
Carry the 1, not a 0.
Oh shit, he said sativa.
Oh yes.
So I did hang out in that meeting for a little bit. So we brought it all back down to reality. This is where I landed the plane. Because these guys had the plane in a nosedive. All I did was go back to take a piss. And these guys literally nose down. Imagine now the view, the images, that plane where everybody's floating around, they're all in the back tail.
With the whiteboard. With the whiteboard.
Going straight down. And our new pilot.
one hand. I got this.
Yeah, thankfully, there's no breed restrictions for us. So, we can get into the first dog you guys sponsored, and let's talk about breeds and no shapes or sizes. I mean, he doesn't fit in any box, man.
I mean, the position that he was in, as far as the way he looked and the way that he smelled and everything else, I mean, he didn't stand a chance in a lot of ways.
The private nonprofits like Shelter to Soldier step up and come into play and find partnerships and sponsors like React Foundation and Platinum Vapes that are willing to get behind.
What is a typical, service like what you're doing? If you were to go anywhere else, what does that cost someone?
So the average cost in the for-profit side, and even through a lot of nonprofits at their cost levels, is $25,000 to $30,000 per dog.
I mean, you don't have an accent to me at all.
When you're a redhead and you have a South African accent and you're new in school, like, you've got to learn to buck up, because if you don't,
you're Lucky Charms.
Yeah, exactly. And so, are you Irish? And so for me, I worked every night. I would go home and I would practice my A's. I kid you not. And I worked to get rid of my accent.
Could you still go back to it a little bit?
Absolutely. And if I did, I'd probably have a TV show. So
or at least a podcast.
Yeah. That's an idea. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I just go back about
there you are,
35 years or so, I could be back in South Africa and no problems. Yeah. And of course, then we get out the hockey stick and go play on the pond, eh?
Yeah.
So
3, 2, 1.
Oh shit. I think because of the social media and because of how easy it is to access all this information, that the other parts of the world are going to move a lot quicker. And I'm not saying United States is the greatest place, but what I'm saying is that I think there's a pattern to watch.
Yeah, once these countries start seeing the success rate of U.S. or any other countries around, it'll move, because they want something to kind of work off of.
Absolutely. And
they want to know that this worked and it's successful.
And it can make a difference. As a cash crop is a brilliant, it has no doubt, it has a huge boost on any economy, whether it's educational or whether it's put into medicinal or whatever it is. There are definitely all-around pros for everyone, mentally, physically, spiritually, on all realms. So it's there. It's as old as man, and it's about time that man's laws caught up with the reality that we live.
Let's first of all, how many buses do you have?
Right now we have 2 buses. We have a 14-passenger Mercedes Sprinter, and we have a custom 40-passenger 40-foot 33-passenger Tiffany Coach Freightliner.
Damn. Say that again twice.
I know, right?
Fast.
I can't even say it once.
So Tommy, he'll do us justice by throwing up some pictures in here to show the vehicles and whatnot. And obviously, we will have the pictures of when they were wrapped with PV stuff. Unfortunately, because of the regulations, we are not allowed to, so we had to pull them down. But I can say that for Platinum Vape, that was a lot of fun times that we had.
Lots of fun.
What I'm getting at is do you guys ever just get high with them?
No, we haven't. I would love to.
Come on.
I know.
Why?
We will. We will. We will.
Come on, Chris.
With Bob.
No.
For sure with Bob.
Never. Not yet. Put beard oil in this every day to be ready for the camera.
Listen, I've been watching it. Cody's been looking at your beard, and he's got this thing, man. He loves beards. Like, he loves nice beards.
Don't fucking say it like that.
He can't grow one. So Patches Magoo over here, he's literally like at some point, Tommy, you got to show this because he's looking at your beard. And he's just like, I can see like, God.
I wish I could, but
It's tough, Cody. A man without a beard's like a lion without a mane. It's just kind of one of those things.
It's just funny hearing these stories, and everyone has went through shit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you turn back and it's like, could you do that again?
There's some times when I look back and I'm like, if I knew how fucking hard this was going to be, would I have even started?
I get sick to my stomach.
Because the probability of success, of which I was a little too naive to realize 4 or 5 years ago, like the probability to get to here is very low.
Well, first of all, this wasn't even in your head. License wasn't in your head when you first started.
Well, so
it wasn't.
Commercial cultivation was.
Yeah.
When you ask that question now, if I could do it again, yeah, absolutely. You know, knowing what this outcome is, 100%. Now, if I was sitting in prison, I'm saying, nah, it's not going to happen.
Might take a different road, you know?
That didn't work.
It's amazing how fast people spend their money and they're out of it. Something like this, the coronavirus comes up. It's amazing how fast in 2 weeks someone can't pay their bill. You know, I mean, this just hit a couple weeks ago and all of a sudden they're broke.
Everybody.
Yeah, we're a third world country all of a sudden. Like,
You know what I mean? It's like,
They're like, God damn, I've been waiting for this virus for so long. Guys, I can't pay you. Sorry, I can't pay you either.
Corona.
Guys, Corona.
Hey, Corona.
Cody came on. We sat down together, and this is a 50-50 partnership in every aspect of it. So, you know, he's held true to that and then beyond. And in all honesty, the reason that we're sitting here today isn't because of me, because all I do is spend money. It's my job. And all his job is to keep me from spending money. So
That's a tough job.
He's done really well at
That's
that.
the reason we're sitting in a new podcast.
Listen, it is. And if
Thank you, George. Thank you, George.
And it's like I told these guys, I said, listen, we got one window here, and if you don't get this shit done, I'm telling you, don't come to me for any more money because he's already on it. I think we're doing a great job to make sure that everybody understands how valuable they are. You know?
I think you guys show that way more than you guys even realize. Because everybody it's like a family environment, and everybody comes to work and it feels like family.
Yeah.
And that's how we feel treated. That's what makes everybody want to come to work.
Life right now, last few years especially, has become fun. I really feel happy.